Hi guys, I got a couple of questions from section 7.1. This is on assessment A. I'm going to do a couple of problems in number 1. Some of the students want to know, I have a couple of questions. So this is for problem number 1. This is section 7.1. And this is assessment A. And so for problem number 1 and maybe some of the other one, we need to remember the way the powers of 10 goes. So we have basically, let me just review this for you real quick. So 10 to the 0, of course, that's 1. So anytime you want to indicate the 1 place or first place, you always put 10 to the 0. 10 to the first power, of course, this will be your 10. Will be the second digit, 10th place. 10 squared, of course, is 100. That will be the 100th place. And so on. 10 cubed will be 1,000. So, and then also at the same time, if the powers are negative, then those will be decimal points. So 10 to the negative 1, for example, is 1/10, which is same as 0.1. So this will be the 10th place, represented by 10 to the negative 1. 10 to the negative 2, which is same as 0.01, also known as the 100th place, because you have 2 decimal places. That's the first one is 10th place, then it's 100th place. If you have 10 to the negative 3, that will be the 1,000th, 1,000th, or you can say 1,000th place, 10th, 100,000, and so on. Okay, so we're going to have to use this idea in order to be able to answer question number 1. So this is your powers of 10. Let me see if I can squeeze number 1, part A here. Problem number 1, part A. He asks us it says to write each of the following as a sum in expanded place value form. So when they say place value form, they're talking about like first place, 10th place, 100th place, or 10th place, 100th place, 1,000th place. So the number is, of course, in part A is 0.023. So we can see 0, of course, is in the first place. But remember, first place is indicated by 10 to the 0. So we're going to write this as 0 times 10 to the 0. By the way, that's just 0, obviously. Remember, anything to 0 is 1. So, of course, 1 times 0 is 0. And then plus, now this 0 is in 10th place, which is the first decimal place. So that will be 0. So you put its value times its position, which is 10 to the negative 1. And then the next digit is 2, which is in the 100th place. That will be plus 2 times 10 to the negative 2. Remember, 10 to the negative 2 give you the 100th place times 10 to the negative 2. And then finally, 3 is in 1,000th place. So you add plus 3 times 10 to the negative 3. Okay? So that should be your answer to part A, number 1. Let me just do one more real quick.